Hey guys, Omar Khan here with Theta Trading Co. Just want to show you a couple things. Going to go over a couple sample trades and show you how I make some money and what my risks and obligations are for doing so. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the universe of stocks, and I've opened up my account here, one of my accounts here, and as you can see, there's a lot of positions of Apple here. There's an AMD, which is Advanced Micro Devices. There's Bank of America, and there's Disney at the bottom of the screen. And this is just a sample of the portfolio. So now we're going to take a look at our watch list. And we're going to say, okay, well, what is the market doing? How are stocks doing today? So we can see the TSX is down, not too much. So right here, we can see the TSX is down about 1/3 of 1%, 0.29% for the day. Okay, and then we're also going to take a look at the U.S. exchange, which is called the SPY. That's an ETF, an exchange-traded fund on the S&P 500. And we can see that that's up about 0.31%. So it's not a big movement of a day today, up or down. So let's take a look at the universe of stocks, and we take a look at Apple here. We want to own Apple here, okay? So we're going to take a look at Apple here, okay? So we say to ourselves, Apple's trading at $119.73. Okay, fantastic. Now, the basic bottom line question for us is, do we want to own Apple? For us, the answer is yes, we want to own Apple, okay? So we say to ourselves, what do we do here? How do we get into Apple and how do we get paid for it? Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to agree to buy Apple right around the price it is right now, okay? Because we actually really want to own Apple here, okay? So again, we can see it's trading at $119.71, 72 cents, kind of fluctuating back and forth. So we're going to take a look at our screen. Again, we can see here's the graph, the one-year graph on Apple. We can see what it's doing. You know, it's gone up and then it went down a bit. So I'm just going to highlight this here. You can see it's gone up a bit. So it went up here and then it went down as a result of coronavirus. Obviously, majorly, it went down huge. But since COVID has progressed and time has progressed, Apple stock has actually done extraordinarily well. Okay, but we want to buy some more Apple stock here, okay? So what we're going to do is, again, it's trading at $119.70, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to agree to buy at $117, okay? Because we really want to own Apple here, okay? 117. Maybe we're going to look at the 118 even, okay? And we're going to get paid a fair bit of money just for agreeing to buy this stock, which is what we want to do in the first place. All right, so let's take a look at what we get paid. So we go to Apple here. Again, it's trading at $119. You can see in the corner there, it's trading at $119.60, you know, $119.62, 61. It's all fluctuating back and forth. Now, at the top here is a bunch of dates where I can agree to buy Apple. Okay, I can go all the way out, all the way to January 2023, right? Or I can go really close. I can pick today even, right? It all depends on where I want to go. So what we're going to do is for this particular example, we're going to go to October 30th, okay? All right. And we know that Apple's trading at $119.60, okay? So we're going to say to ourselves, you know what, we're going to buy Apple. We want to buy Apple at let's call it $117, $118. And this is just a sample account. So we're going to pick $118 here, okay? So we know Apple's trading at $119.56, 57 right now, and we are agreeing to buy Apple for $118, okay? So right here. And we're going to agree to buy it for a period up until October 30th. So as you can see at the top here, we have 14 days, okay? So let's go ahead and make this trade, okay? So we're going to go here. We're going to highlight this 118, and we're going to see $3.60 to $3.70. That's roughly how much we're going to get paid. So we're going to get paid a lot of money just for agreeing to buy Apple at a price that we're happy to buy it for, okay? So in this particular example, we're agreeing to buy Apple for $118, which is, you know, about $1.50 or $1.60 less than it's currently trading at. And for that, we're going to get paid at $3.70 to $3.75 a share. So we're going to turn this to a sell order because we want to sell our put, not buy it. And we're going to increase the quantity here. Okay, so we're going to go to 2, okay? And we're going to say we're going to sell this for $3.70, okay? So we're going to sell 2 puts for $3.70. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Accept and continue. All right, so now our trade is live, right? Now we're going to wait and see what happens here. It's very exciting here. Say, okay, now what we've done is we want $3.70, okay? The market's only offering $3.65 currently, right? But we want $3.70, okay? So we're going to wait it out here for a little while. Hopefully the market takes our order soon. But what this means is, what we did here is we agreed to buy two quantity, okay? That means 2 contracts of Apple. And that means each contract, okay, means we have to buy 100 shares of Apple, okay? So what we're doing here is we're agreeing to buy 200 shares of Apple up until October 30th of 2020 for $118, okay? So if it stays above 118, we don't have to worry about it. But if it goes and stays below 118, we will have to buy Apple, but we want to buy Apple, okay? Either way though, we're getting paid $3.70 a share roughly just for agreeing to buy Apple, not actually buying it, just for agreeing to buy it. So it has to go to 118 within these next 14 days. And if it doesn't, well, then we don't have to worry about buying Apple. So now we're still waiting here for CR trade, not quite going through yet. At the top right-hand corner, you can see the value of the option for the day, both the high and low. So the value of this option went all the way down to $3.05 and went all the way up to $3.84. And that depends upon where Apple was in the daytime. If it's a little bit higher, or it's a little bit lower, these option values change all the time. But it's a very simple concept for us. We're simply saying to ourselves, we are happy to buy Apple for $118 on or before October 30th. And because we're agreeing to buy Apple, the market is paying us or compensating us or paying us a premium of $3.70 a share, okay? Now we're doing 2 contracts again, which is 200 shares. If you take 200 shares and you times it by $3.70, that is $740 US dollars. That's almost about $1,000 Canadian. So in this particular instance, we're going to walk out with $1,000, roughly just shy of $1,000 Canadian, and it took us 5 minutes to do. And all we did here was agree to buy 200 shares of a stock that we want to buy anyways, and that too at a little bit of a discount, okay, and only for 2 weeks. So what is that rate of return wise? I'm going to take out my calculator here and look it up. So we're getting paid $3.70, okay? So I'm going to take my calculator out here. It says $3.70 divided by 118, and that takes us to 3.14%. Okay, so we're at 3.1%, 3.14%, excuse me, and that is for a duration of 2 weeks, not very long, okay? And that is all we're doing. So it looks like this is not going through, so we're going to drop this down to $3.65 and see if that goes through for us, okay? And there it is, order filled, fantastic, okay? It's getting about 15 minutes before the market closed, so I don't want to take too much of a chance because I really wanted to put this order in today. So here we go. Let's take a look at this order, and there it is, okay? So that did go through. So for us, we made just shy of $1,000 Canadian in not a lot of period of time, and all we did here was simply agree to buy a couple hundred shares of a stock that we wanted to buy anyways. I hope that makes sense for you guys, and I hope you understand why we did this and what our worst case scenario is here. So we're not borrowing money here. Our worst case scenario here is that we're going to own Apple for $118 or less, but we still got paid $3.65 a share to do it, right? So we got paid very nicely, almost $1,000 Canadian, just for agreeing to buy 200 shares of a stock, Apple here in this case, that we wanted to buy anyways, all right? And we only have to worry about this for 2 weeks. So if it doesn't hit 118 in the next couple weeks, nothing to worry about here. We won't have to buy the stock, and then we can agree to do it again after that 14-day period is up. We can buy more or agree to buy more Apple shares and get paid all over again, okay? So I hope that makes sense for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new today. Again, this is Omar Khan from Theta Trading Co. Have yourself a great day, and we'll hope to see you soon. Take care.